Yeah, the clockwork.
Yeah, on the dire is so strong.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can block the creeps, you can Earthshaker, kind of in a similar vein. Block the creeps, you can get to experience, and those two heroes, they can definitely set up for the Wisp Tiny. If you can get a good hookshot, if you can get a good fissure or blink initiation from the Earthshaker, that's normally a easy relocate on top of that particular hero that you already locked down, that can't really fight back if you time it out correctly.
Indeed. We're gonna see what Team Alternate is gonna do here. They might, usually when you have an IO10, you tend to go for a strong lanes. Like, you're gonna be having usually 2 dual lanes. And you want your save lane as well to be a strong dual lane in the form of lane dominators, vipers, razors. You kind of wanna have those kind of heroes there. So I'm wondering what they're gonna pick up here, because they're already running against an undying gyrocopter, so there's a possibility of having an aggressive tri-lane. So
yeah. Aggressive tri-lane from the PowerRangers, and it's still on the table, as you said. Gonna go for the Zeus now. So do you think there's gonna be a mid Zeus up against the Wisp Tiny, and then they maybe pick up another more defensive support to help him out? Or is it gonna be support Zeus to begin with?
I'm not the biggest fan of a support Zeus, especially not versus an IO Tiny. That means that he's just gonna be feed. Like, if Tiny ever sees him, he's just gonna be dead. Like, no chance that he will survive through it. So I'm gonna say that it's gonna be a mid indeed, with another defensive support behind him. They bend out the Earthshaker themselves, which then surprises me, because they could pick it up themselves first. So maybe a Shadow Demon then, or possibly a Dazzle.
Dazzle, maybe Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor would actually be quite good against IO Tiny as well, I would say.
Yeah,
definitely. It's still in the pool, so better watch out for that. Let me also check. Oh, Darren, I was a little bit weirded out that I didn't hear anything else from the in-game apart from the announcer.
Ah.
But yeah, normally you have a little bit of music on in the background just to fill it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. No, I got it on now, it's all good. So
okay.
Yeah, Alternate, they're contemplating the next pick. They're still... Oh, there's the Beastmaster actually, okay. Good call, man, good call.
It's just that synergy that there is with those two heroes. It's just too hard to deal with. The good thing is that in this case I have a Zeus, so just by spamming out random, lightning strikes, you should be able to probably find him, or the hawk that is. But yeah, it's still very hard to catch onto.
Yeah, the other thing I'm a little bit worried about is the laning phase of the Beastmaster. But then again, if you don't block his Ancients, if it is going to be an offlane Beastmaster, which it's looking like right now. There's the Witch Doctor, okay.
Yeah, good call.
Both had a good call. Yeah. Those are the best moments as a caster. Where you just say hero.
Say something that's correct.
Yeah, you feel like you're not a complete noob.
Oh man.
But yeah, what do you think for Alternate next? I mean, I'm gonna put you on the spot. They're probably looking for another support as well as a carry.
Well, as I said before, if you're gonna if you play an IO Tiny, you're usually running dual lanes. If you're gonna do that, you want to have your safe lane as well as a strong dual lane there. So you're gonna be looking at lane controllers. So you're gonna be, as I said before, a Razor, Viper, with another support behind it. Maybe a more aggressive support in the form of a Lion, which you can roam a bit. Even a Vengeful would be nice, just to have a little bit more long range disable for the Witch Doctor, so you can just cancel the ward with that.
Yep.
Or you could even look at support silencer, or even a core position silencer here.
Oh, that's an interesting choice right there. But silencer, yeah, I mean, silencer is one of these heroes where in most drafts, if you would look at the draft, you would say, yeah, silencer would shut that down pretty much immediately. But still not a hero that you usually think about, because he has so many limitations. Because, well, outside of his ultimate, if he's falling behind, then he doesn't contribute too much more to the fight. But it is going to be the keep of the light instead. So a little bit of support, a little bit more on the defensive side, on the utility side, but can definitely keep that safe lane safe with the Illuminate spam if necessary.
As well as just if you have a core which uses his mana fairly effectively, like a PL or something, then you can also keep on spamming out the other nukes at the enemy offlaner. So that has a lot of potential there. And as well as actually the Keeper of Light, is, as you said, it's really that utility with having the recall all over the map. It just makes that if you want to go for a gank on the Keeper of the Light, you kind of have to expect that there are going to be 4 people.
Yeah, at least. But yeah, with that you've got the Beastmaster who's probably going to build a Boots of Travel relatively early on in this item progression. You have the Wiz Tiny, you have to keep up the lights. There's so much mobility in this team already that Power Rangers are gonna have to be on top of their map awareness and game sense to just not run into situations where they're undermanned.
Yeah, it can once if Team Alternate really just starts snowballing, Power Rangers don't have anything to really stop them in the tracks, and dying might be able to do it like a little bit. That's probably the toughest person to go through, but I don't think it's enough here.
Yeah, but then again later on you have the Beastmaster, you have that attack speed aura, and that should help you up against the Undying Tombstone later down the line. So even that, if you can get past that early laning stage where the Gyrocopter and the Undying are really strong and will want to play pretty much very aggressively here, and that of course that aggressive tri-lane is still on the table with the Witch Doctor in play. I think that's the phase where Power Rangers have to make something happen. And to be fair, they are a team that can definitely do that. They're so experienced in yeah, proper CIS Dota, if you want to call it that. Very aggressive, very action-packed Dota that they're playing.
I'm just wondering if we're gonna see something funky from Team Alternate, and they're just gonna say, okay, so you're gonna go and do an aggressive try, and that's fine, we're gonna do the same and just throw IO Tiny plus Keeper of the Light on the offlane and go there. But I don't think it will work, but it's really out of the box.
Well, something funky is happening here on the side of Power Rangers instead. I mean, the Shadow Shaman, there has been a time where he was picked up pretty much every single day in game as first pick, first ban. That was the phase where you were able to ward trap Roshan still.
It's still effective versus him.
Yeah, it's still very good, but you can't really just solo. Push hype heroes, so what's Witch Doctor Zoo? If they get caught in the wrong timber chain, they're probably in trouble.
Yeah, Power Rangers have a pretty squishy lineup. Like, only the Undying is a little bit tankier, and pretty much Iotine can destroy all of them, apart from the Undying.
I mean, looking at Power Rangers lineup right now, I want to say they're kind of the... I don't want to say all in, because they have a Gyrocopter, they have a Zeus that can scale decently well, Witch Doctor, not to mention him. Shadow Shaman can also do quite a lot with the disables that he brings to the table. But they are banking heavily on having a good early game here.
Yeah, if it goes wrong, I think Team Alternate has it in the back. Then you're gonna be looking at the parts in the later stages of the game where maybe Jack.
Oh yeah.
And to that point, it's gonna be hard if Team Alternate gets a good start.
Alright, and with that, once again, if you're just tuning in, welcome. My name is Dragondrop, I'm joined by Sander. This is the joinDOTA League Upper Bracket Finals in the playoffs. And yeah, the winner of this best of 3 will move on to the MLG Pro League Season 3. The loser of this will drop down to the lower bracket and still have another shot, so... yeah, still.
It's not all over just yet after this, but at least you can be guaranteed after this, and that's probably the biggest win out of it.
Yeah. It's a lot of... it's just mentally...
just being done with it.
Yeah, just be done with it, be safe, have another chance, have a sure chance in next season to play in the Pro League without having to sweat in the low bracket. But yeah, we'll see how it works out, as we don't see any early first blood attempts from either side. So let's take a look at the lineup, starting with the Power Rangers. Jackal here on the Gyrocopter in the 1 position. We've got Goretz, or Gorek, on the Shadow Shaman. J4 on the support Witch Doctor. Ditchara playing that mid Zeus, it looks like. And that leaves Cheshire Cat on the Undying.
And for Team Alternate on the Dire side, we have Nisha playing the Io, we have El Lisa playing the Kotl, we have Supreme on the Timbersaw, and that leaves here in the bot a little bit of an engagement as there's a toss back on towards the cliff. Gorik is stuck there with the hawk. Oh my god, that's a play.
Oh my god. That
is so smart.
I have never seen that, but yeah, that is so terribly smart. just using the hog to as a toss target. I've never seen that, but it's absolutely ingenious. I mean, he's now having the courier with the teleport scroll delivered, but I'm not quite sure if he can reach up there.
No, I think you're able to give up to the cliffs now. I think they patched it for all the cliffs. But of course, well, let's just end this real fast, and that leaves Sasu on the off lane with the Beastmaster.
This is...
Here we go, see? You got it.
Alright. Very cheeky indeed. But it's going to be that offlane Beastmaster up against this dual lane between the Shadow Shaman supporting the Gyrocopter here, and leaves a solo Undying in the offlane. Should be able to do fairly well if he doesn't tank too many Illuminates. And now got Eliza walking back. He actually skilled the mana Drake first, and it's actually doing quite some work. Cheshire Cat out of mana already, but he has a couple of DK stacks. Eats a mango, gets another one, and Supreme dropping low on health. He turns to fight. The tower gets in the mix, and that's the first blood for the dire side. This tower gets some extra gold, but Alternate will be able to heal up and stay in the lane.
Yeah, that was fairly aggressive. Really not respecting the Whirling Death minus stats here.
Yeah, I mean, you have DK, but then again, you kind of stealing back with Whirling Death.
Oh.
Is he gone again?
Poking now.
Oh.
Gorik, this slow from the boars are so annoying.
Yeah. Especially in the 20-second window where you can have both the boars out.
Yeah, that's just nasty. It's not gonna be the it's just gonna be the basic Zookeeper's build here. He opted for a point in Inner Beast fairly early. Should help out the Tiny pretty well here.
Yep. Well, he has a mango though, so would have expected him to place an earlier point into the Wild Access just to get a CS or two. Oh, Cheshire Cat. He's not moving. He drops on another Tombstone here, but Supreme takes so much damage here with the 3 decay charges that Undying has. Has to too much chain away, but 2 zombies still around him. Eliza wants to try and save him, but has to sacrifice himself in turn, as that 85 damage a hit is too much for the Keeper of the Light to handle.
Yes, at least now it's a 1-for-1 trade here at the moment on the scoreboard, and they're really just being aggressive all over the map. Just keep on harassing everywhere, not taking any time to stop and do other things. As well, actually, we have now for the first stacks at least done by Nishire.
Yeah.
As the Witch Doctor is following suit, of course. Now already having a triple stack here on the hard camp. Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty nice to have. I mean, Gyrocopter will be able to farm that. He's opting to skip the homing missile in favor of the Flak Cannon, which is a build that carries will do still most often.
Yeah, that's the most basic build. Skip homing missile, maybe later on put in 1 point just as a value point, but
yeah. I mean, there's a different kind of playstyle from the Gyrocopter, which just forgo the Flak Cannon and just max out the missile with the Rocket Barrage. Just to, especially if you have some extra mana in some form or another on your team, like a Crystal Maiden or even a Keep of the Light on your own side, we can spam out the rockets and be super annoying with it in general. Oh, Sasu, you gotta be careful with that. The Rocket Barrage does hurt quite a bit and you're still all alone. But he does chase Jackal off for the time being. Takes a lot of damage in the process.
Yeah, that hurt him, but he has still some tangos left. Also the mango to give him the 1 point extra in health regeneration there. So it's not that bad, and at the moment here on mid, they're not dominating on with the IO Tiny here, but at least they're getting a little bit more CS. As well as more room control, as Gorik now is gonna be... Yeah, they're trying to sandwich him here, and he says no, and he just TPs out.
Yeah, very smart of him to recognize that the rotation was coming in from mid. This ward here spotting him out, going in for going for the rune, and then Sasu as well as the Whiff's Tiny rotating in to try and catch him, but well, not this time. Not this time.
Nah, that was a little bit too easy there.
Yeah.
Not gonna give up his life that fast. At least means that Sasu is already level 5 here. Okay, so we might see him rotate soon. He already bought up a TP.
Yeah, I mean, once you're level 6, you have the draw available. He's also held onto his mana, so he doesn't have to go back to base. I mean, even then he would still have the mango if he desperately needed extra mana for a raw. But yeah. But who do you think he would go on, though?
Oh, Nisha, he is dead here in the middle. with a cat and a nice lightning bolt in his face is enough to kill this little wisp.
That seemed to be pretty damn quick, but as you would expect from a wisp. But yeah, that's hurts him a little bit. Gives the Zeus a little bit of extra and actually enough gold to buy the arcane boots. Then J4 gets a little bit of experience as a reward for that gank as well. Down the bottom, teleport going the way of Sasu here. Nisha coming to try and help him out. There's a level 6 now on the Beastmaster, so maybe they want to make something happen here on the gyrocopter.
Yeah, definitely.
Overall, whirling axes, couple of right clicks plus the wisp orbs.
But
Should
yeah, wisp is spotted pretty hard here, walking underneath this ward.
Oh yeah.
So Jackal, he's just hiding. He says, yeah, I'm not gonna fall for that.
Very nice warning here from both teams at this point, at least for this bottom lane. Top lane, of course, the one lane where we saw pretty much all the action right now, up until now, apart from that kill on mid. No wards to be seen, but a lot of Illuminate spam coming out now. This one just short of Cheshire Cat.
Oh, Dirty Rise, you're gonna die here? That would be extremely funny now.
Yeah, they're struggling to farm up these camps, but Zeus is not exactly the best at all stages of the game, but he can make it work with some help.
And just keep out spamming. Should work out. Just arc lining all the time. It's okay. It works.
He hasn't put a point in the static field yet, so just noticed that. And interesting.
That's
I mean, normally it's an easy value point. I mean, 5% health reduction even early on. It's just for every spell that you do, since you're spamming arc lightning anyway. I think it does add up. What also adds up is these kills up in the top lane. Another one going the wave PR this time around. With the tombstone and some help from Gorak here.
Well, one thing is for sure, after yesterday, getting kills is not as important anymore. So they're gonna go after
there might be another one, Eliza. There's the ultimate. Not quite enough to bring him down, but it will spot out where he is exactly. And Cheshire Cat with the decay.
Top tower is under attack.
Cross the trees will secure that.
Oh, J4, he's gonna run into Sasu. There's gonna be the Rardon Pors as well. Yeah, this is gonna be a dead J4 here. Oh, the cask there though. He whiffed there a little bit on the comeback.
There's the call now. The cask bounces back, gets Jackal in range for another rocket barrage, but that's definitely to secure the kill. They definitely needed that. And J4 survives. That's actually pretty good here for them.
Yeah,
forcing out a roar.
He didn't make the wild axis hit on the way back there. He just walked in front of him and. Yeah, it's kind of odd.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, don't be fooled. Io's actually in this right now. Oh, Ditcherai, you should have seen him now with that lightning bolt onto Exotic Deer, but is that going to be enough to save him? Nice slow here, toss him in front. There's still the avalanche. And a couple of right clicks will do that, so Zeus will fall. Meanwhile, in the top, Gorak and Cheshire Cat grab the Timber Saw again, so the action's starting to pick up now for both sides.
Yeah, supports are starting to get some form as well here, especially on the side of PR. Already both have their completed boots at the moment? No, okay. J4 opted to get an urn. But still, they're getting some items here, which is really nice for them here.
Oh, there's some Serpent Ones committed here to bring down this tier 1 tower, but looks like Alternate might want to fight. There's a teleport coming in from Timbersaw.
Yeah, they're not gonna get this
just
tower.
Farming up the wards. They get most of these last hits is actually quite a bit of gold going the way of Alternate. It's something that you always have to keep in mind with the Shadow Shaman. If you put the wards in a bad position, can't really fight around them, or don't get anything done with it, there's a bit of gold going the way of the enemy. It's if you manage to farm all of them, it's like, how much is it? 30 to 40 gold for a single ward? Times 9.
It's a nice amount.
Yeah, it's almost a hero kills worth a normal regular hero kill.
In the early game, it's even more than just a hero kill. A hero kill is about 270 in this, and it's well over 300.
Yep. Well, this is actually smoke up here from Zeus and the Shadow Shaman in the back of Cheshire Cat. He does have another Tombstone level 4 as well, so Supreme, he should probably die again if they can catch up to him. There's an Illuminate coming out. Will catch 2, but it's not help that Timber saw. He's taking so much damage. Actually does quite a fair amount himself. Timber chaining here through Cheshire Cat, but that's gonna be okay. At the same time, down here in the bottom, Exotic Deer himself, that one tick did not save him. As an extra tower shot managed to sneak his way past. What happened down here? Did you watch that?
They went in with the IO relocate, but ended up not too well. They got a call down on top of him, and it seemed like IO just got blown up. And after that, with the last little tower tick, they were able to get the Tiny as well, who opted for an early blink here. So he's just really going for the blow up everybody build.
I always like the blink of Tiny. I mean, even with the Wisp, sure you get some extra mobility, you sure you get that relocate. But sometimes if the enemies are moving here after you already cast your relocate, you kind of need something to then blink on top of them and catch up.
And it also just offers the possibility for, you know, going gank without the IO.
Yeah, that as well. I mean, yeah, that's actually a good point. I mean, because, well, what do you do when you see the IO somewhere on the map? You're gonna watch him, and then you're gonna see the Dark or Tiny maybe somewhere else on the map, and you feel like, okay, that's fine. IO's not there. Don't have to worry about the relocate right now, but then you might have to worry about Tiny just blowing you up on his own.
Indeed, which is definitely gonna be the case fairly soon if you can find somebody. Level 9 now, so his combination is completely up. So
yeah. He's doing quite well for himself here, actually leading net worth charge by quite a bit of gold here. Now cracked 5,000. 4,300 is the value for the Zeus on the side of PR. So a relatively even game here, but the one bad thing here for Alternate is that Timbersaw has been shot down pretty hard up in his top lane. 3 deaths already.
Oh,
relocate down to the bottom, right in the midst of that, and now right into the call down, and the death one, and everything else. I mean, Supreme doesn't even get Gorak here, but now he will at the end. Oh, Beastmaster does it, but at what cost, Sander? At what cost?
The cost of 4 heroes here. This was really aggressive, just relocating in the middle of all of them. It's kind of asking for a death sentence here. They have a blink dagger, so you should be able to just blink, you know, relocate behind them, and then just blink in afterwards, instead of just going in the middle, opening up for a really easy call down into Death Wharf with Cask bouncing around. And what did they get back for it? A Shadow Shaman.
Definitely not worth it. I mean, they saw him relocating right there. And so what PR did was they did the level split their heads. One hero here, you can maybe see it on the map, but yeah. There are 3 heroes spread out enough that the Tiny couldn't get more than one of them with an avalanche. So he didn't really know who to go for first in those few milliseconds maybe. Or just the fact that they could get all the spells off, nice death ward here on top of the cooldown and everything else. Yeah, that was not the best idea to relocate right into that.
Oh, it was just over-aggressive trying to protect your tower on the way that you probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
They did completely use their lineup to the full extent. They used their the recall as well on the Timbersaw to get him there, but yeah, it's not that time yet. At the moment, this is like PR's time to shine. This early game where all the heroes are still strong, really doing well, and Alternate, they thought we were able to do it, but they should be playing a little bit more into the pick-off oriented play style instead of going for the full 5-man team fights here.
Yep. It's kind of what the lineup is a little bit better at here, considering the Beastmaster as well as the Wisp Tiny.
Even just the Timbersaw. I don't see Timbersaw as this big team fight hero. I see him a hero that's really good at skirmishes and also at drawn out fights where he can just keep on bursting people down.
Yeah, I mean,
with his low cooldowns.
I would agree. I mean, he can work in these big team fights just because he has a lot of AoE, but he definitely prefers these drawn out fights that are basically consisting of a number of skirmishes here across a large stretch of the map, where he just can't make use of his mobility that comes with the Timber Chain.
But yeah, that isn't the case as he got relocated in the middle of a team fight.
Yeah. And also, it's not something that you can really do with a level 7 Timbersaw at this point in the game. I mean, you want something to be, if not ahead, then at least tangling here for the top. Because sitting at 2,700 net worth, barely above the IO on his own team,
and below,
that's not where you want him to be at all.
And below the support on the enemy side, both of them.
Yeah.
That's a tough spot to be in. The good thing is that he has refraction, so he at least has A nice refraction reactive armor, of course. You know, at least versus the Dev Dwarf, he has some extra protection.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter if they actually keep on going like this and giving J4 fast Aghanims.
Yeah.
Which he already starts to build up onto with an energy booster already.
He's pretty damn farmed. He's the least farmed hero on PR right now. It's also something worth noting. And it's not just J4 that they have to worry about, it's also Zeus, Digera here getting really good start working on an active zone. On pretty much halfway there. Gorak, well, the control factor from him. Whoa, they're gonna get Digera. Speaking of him, there's the cast coming out. But there's plenty of creeps. They do get the Hexon Exotic here as well. It's the call down, so much magic damage, but the relocate out. Barely in time to save that tiny rock
Now's the
steer,
question, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna just leave the IO? Yes they are. Exotic just goes and TP's down to bot.
Yeah, of course. I don't really think that you can go back in there. Maybe the IO can tether to the Keeper of the Light, but that wasn't gonna happen with 4 heroes around you.
No, I was looking at the possibility of them just trying to get a team fight now with the Zeus down. Sasu could TP and they could recall Supreme.
Might go for Jackal here. Sasu comes in. There's the Raw Exotic D here as well with the follow-up Avatar's combo. That's an easy pick off on Gyrocop who only wanted to farm the lane. Now quick TP out, but yeah, Tiny doesn't have that luxury. He tries to hide in the trees and he uses his blink tag at his advantage. I don't think PR will be able to find him there, as they do not have the advantage of the Beastmaster Hawk.
Yeah, the Exotic D, he can just go and keep on blinking through the woods, or maybe look for a kill here if that's one on Cheshire Cat.
Actually blinking back. If Digera actually smells this and throws out a random ultimate. Speaking of Digera, he up at the top with the help from Gorak here. Timbersaw locked down, brought down again. That'll be that. Yeah, Exotic D is still here. He might look for a pickup here on J4.
Yeah, he's gonna go in now. It's too late. What? I thought he would go for this easy kill here.
Yeah, is he AFK? I don't know. He's going out now. Okay.
He's back
just,
alive.
Yeah. Just want to make sure that he doesn't die by freak accident. I don't know.
He thought maybe Cheshire Cat was still there and opted to not go for the kill on J4.
Yeah.
Well, this is actually a good time to do this. They just used the call though to farm.
It's a low cooldown, but not that low.
If they can just walk at the tier 2 here now in bottom lane, and they don't really have a lot to say about it then.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And here we go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Alternate should have seen the rest of PR pushing mid. But it would be a tier 1 for tier 2 trade, and yeah, it looks like exactly what's going to happen right now. Got Eliza up here to try and do something here with the Illuminate, but of course the Serpent Wards don't really care about that. Now Mass teleports back down to bottom lane, there's around J4 to keep him out, and actually the Necro Creeps are doing quite the number on him. Not quite dead just yet as Cheshire Cat pops it back to keep him alive. That'll be that, everyone gets out safely. It's not even a tier 1 done. I mean, it's dropping very low, but maybe even in deny range if Eliza lets it, but no. Just farms up the wards instead, and yeah, it's a good trade for Alternate.
Yeah, this is just what they need to do, split up the map and force PR to react on it. And try to don't take 5-on-5 fights, try to make sure that it's a 4-on-5 or a 3-on-5, and
yep.
You can see this in the graphs as well, it's just going down. The net worth that they had in favor of PR is now just pretty much back to 0.
Yeah, I haven't looked at graphs yet, but there was a sizable advantage for PR that Alternate has been able to just annihilate, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
Just by being effective on the map with their trades, right?
Yeah, here they're gonna get the middle tier 1 here. But at the same time the top one also gets destroyed, so they're at the moment they're just always trading here.
Yeah. Not for lack of trying to find fights, I mean PR keeps rotating here, trying to catch someone. Gorak, he has the Blink Dagger. Seen it used before to try and help him with that Blink Hex initiation, which is online, one of the strongest initiations in the game, on the Shadow Shower, of course. Similarly so, the only difference is your Hex is not as long, so...
Yeah, that's the only sad part.
Yeah. Poor Shadow Shaman wants to be a lion.
That would be great for him, but at least, you know, he has his blink already. You have 2 blinks up, as Dirty Ra actually also opted to go for a blink dagger of his own and not for an Aghanims first.
Yeah. I actually like this decision because you're up against a lineup that still is very mobile here in alternate, so you need something to counter that, especially on Zeus, who is not exactly the fastest hero. There we go. There's the blink. Supreme missed the ward block, but there's the shackles and whoa, nice blinding light. Looked quite nice, but not enough to actually stop the cooldown that was already happening.
Nor stop the
wards were attacking as well. Yeah.
The wards weren't stopped, and the shackles were also just still stuck on him. It just turned from a short range shackle into a long range one.
Yeah. It's always funny when you see those, long range shackles, the
long range chops from the axe.
Oh yeah.
That you're looking at it like what's going on here?
How does that still connect?
There's weird, what is it? Sometimes with coup de grace from PA.
He's actually dead.
Oh, and that's a gem. Okay, well.
Oh wow. Okay, did not even notice that he picked one up, but there we go.
Well, Alternate says thank you. Yeah. As I actually opted for Vladimir's offering here, he's just going full utility for the tiny.
Yeah, it's kind of understandable. I mean, the bottle, the region from Magic Wand. I mean, could maybe see an Urn of Shadows as well here.
Mecha is also one of the things that you usually see. He did opt to go for no boots, or at least not for a boots upgrade.
Yeah, one of that it's fine, because normally the boots that you would get on IO would be arcane boots.
Or Tranquil.
Or Tranquils. I don't know, in general we see arcane boots though. Might just be me.
Yeah, with the Greaves upgrade, that's the more common build.
Yeah. But in this game you have to keep it the light, so you have the Chakra Magic available to you. So you don't necessarily need that extra mana from the boots. At least not right away.
Indeed, at least the Vladimir just helps out the tiny so much. Even at this point, he gets a bunch of extra damage here.
Yeah, 13%. Quite a bit. Considering Tiny here gets so much extra damage from its ultimate, it's actually ridiculous. Sitting for 226 without the whiz behind him and with strength credits, obviously. Now they might find a couple here. What?
He was thinking if they saw him. He actually knew that they saw him, and he was wondering if they were gonna go and initiate on top of him. He's just trying to pull a fast one on them, but PR didn't fall for it.
Very cheeky indeed. Looked like he wanted to just have launched the ward.
At least I think they... Okay, they tried to start dewarding, but they seem to just leave this one ward here.
Which one?
The one in the Radiant jungle. They threw it on one arc lightning, but...
Oh yeah.
Or lightning bolt, of course, I mean, but yeah, it's... after that they just gave up. Looking for more, so... Just look at this split push all around the map here. Sasu is just pushing in middle. Well, mid, you have Lysa eliminating out the wave. And at the moment, PR, they don't really have the big answer. They're just gonna try and do a 5-man snowball here down mid.
Yeah. Utilizing the Serpent Ward as much as they can, but they're not taking very good trades. Top tier 2 went down, and the mid tier 2 also dropping low very fast with that tiny bashing away at it, forcing the teleports out before. I mean, this tier 2 in the dire side.
You are in the base. He is gonna get killed off here by the Necro books.
Okay. Sasu making it work, and the blink just short here from Gorek, can't really catch up. So no retaliation here from the PR side. Yeah, they're being choked out a little bit. They even get the... Oh, they get the kill with that last ward.
Oh man, that's...
Alternate is probably screaming at Supreme right now. Dude, that one ward. It's not yours, just kill it.
Oh my.
It's okay, I have enough damage, I have 70 base damage, that's okay.
I have 10 more damage than the ward does. I should be fine.
Yeah.
Whoops. But... at least they get something then for PR, but still, it's not really enough to make it worth it.
Look at those Roshan, man. That's a double damage on Tiny.
Yeah, they can take this fight. It's wisely that they just put cooldown down and then just run away.
Yeah.
Double
Take
damage
another look,
stun.
look at the graphs, and actually it's now Alternate who has the 4,000 gold lead advantage and experience even a little bit further, more than 5,000 now. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're all back. Like, this is what we're talking about. PR needs to capitalize on a strong early game, and after that, they have to start gunning probably for the point that they are able to pick up a Divine Rapier on the gyrocopter.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if they can get a break and get a couple of pickoffs here on Alternate, or maybe if Alternate just messes up a high ground push, then PR can make use of that and can push rather quickly here between the gyrocopter and Shadow Shaman wards for towers. But not if they keep losing Zeus here, but they might lose the Curry here. There's the right click, that's the... yeah.
It's gonna hit, he's dead. And it drops. There we go, 2k worth on it.
That's the rest of someone's... of Eliza's Aghanims, and...
where's
Eliza?
Oh, just as it turns daytime as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that is annoying.
Oh, that is really sad.
Oh. He's probably hating this. As they just keep on getting pickoffs all around the map here. These wards, these aggressive wards, just keep on spotting out supports. As well as the core in this game, as before, but yeah, it's... PR, they can't really do anything against this.
One thing I wanted to ask you, I mean, we saw the gem from Gorak being given over to the Wisp, he still holds on to it. Why did they go for a gem if they have a Zeus on team to deward anyway?
Honestly, I don't really know. It was even before the Glimmer Caves were out and they already purchased it. It's to maybe find the Hawk. That's the best reason I can give you.
Yeah.
To see the Hawk, but apart from that, it serves no real purpose other than what Zeus could already do, and it's kind of an odd pickup as well, since they already gave it away now, which means that they have to ward on really weird places, as you can see now, which don't really give the optimal view of what you want to see. So
yep. Oh, well, I mean, at least it's not like you have an Invis hero on your team that really gets shut down by losing a gem like that. But I don't know, it's still a huge gold investment, and Shadow Shaman could have had his 4-star, it looks like he's going for. Yeah, he could have had his 4-star probably if he didn't buy that gem. But yeah, let's not harp on that too much.
That's what he's feeling right now. As actually Dithira is not going for an Aghanims. He is going to try and get what is the beginnings of either an Octarine core or a Bloodstone.
Keep missing kills here, they're happening so damn quickly. Also relocate though, so sometimes really hard to actually catch. Wisp comes back, leaves Exotic D here, and that's actually dangerous here. What's the teleport situation like? And yeah, everyone has one of course, but gonna have to use some of these maybe if Jackal gets caught out.
No, it's a little bit too aggressive to go into the enemy base with the...
Well, he does have Aegis, so why the hell not?
His team is not close enough, that's probably the biggest fear for him, so...
I know, but I can dream, can I?
You can.
I just dream of the days where Tinies would just blink into a base, just blow up someone, and then continue to replace the stick that they have with an enemy tower.
Yeah, the one thing though is that I don't think you can actually blow up Jackal. He really just went full in stats with Aquila, Sanjay, Yasha, and the drums, and now his BKB as well. Yeah,
now with the BKB, if he's quick enough on the trigger finger of that, there's no way you Tiny can blow up immediately. But still, if he still won't win a man fight, but he can now start kiting. And keep missing kills. Up at the top, Jackal goes down. There's a raw, maybe no. The blink will cancel that attempt.
He already used it as well.
And now on the other side of the map. Oh. I should just give you the cameras, that's how it's supposed to be. What the hell?
Yeah, this is just alternate utilizing their lineup.
Yeah.
As I said before, PR they want a team fight. They want to go 5-man and alternate. They just want to be all over the map, split push everywhere, and take these skirmishes of 2 versus 2, 2 versus 3, where they can just put everybody in there. All out of nowhere and make it a 5v2 or something like that.
It's not a good game for a caster in terms of catching kills if you have 4 or 5 blink daggers on the field, as well as a recall, as well as a relocate. So
The BOTs now also starts coming
And
out.
the BOTs, yeah, Timbersaw has it. And he actually managed to scrape by a Bloodstone. He's actually caught up relatively nicely here.
Still not the perfect Timbersaw game with 6 deaths and 3 assists and 0 kills. So.
Yeah, ideally you want to have an Aghanim Scepter to go with this and want to be a menace to absolutely everyone on the enemy team, but yeah, well, the rest of Alternate picked up enough slack and they're creating enough space just by pushing every single lane. That's not that big of a deal for him right now.
No, he's okay. As J4 gets caught out, he's gonna get blown up here. He needs a little bit more chopping, and as Exotic Deer will exactly do there.
Yeah. I did not miss that one, thankfully.
Yes.
More so because I was watching randomly the middle lane randomly rather than actively looking at Tiny, but I can just keep my camera on him, I guess.
Yeah, follow him or follow Sasu. Those are probably the two big ones.
Yeah, Sasu's farming up there in his own jungle right now, whereas Exotic Deer, he's sitting at 17,000 gold right now, and that's just the strength of the tiny farm. Has a Crystallis, has a freaking AC, and just now delivered.
Yeah, he was full of inventory before because, you know, he had the Aegis, so now it's gone. He thinks, yeah, might as well pick up the next round of items.
Yeah. And yeah, sitting for 320, sorry, without the Wisp's aura.
With the Wisp aura,
with the Wisp aura,
60 damage. Oh my god.
Plus the crit.
That's
a 175% crit. Someone do the math on that, please.
Please don't. That means I have to do it.
Wink, wink.
Well, I'll do it later. I'm just wondering if they're gonna pick up some more armor reduction here. That would be really nice. Maybe get a Soda Crest on someone.
Yeah, that might be the next choice for Io. In fact, he's got Boots of Travel himself.
Yeah, he also picked it up.
That Io is freaking rich, man. He's still the lowest farmed hero on the side.
Yeah, they're rich, man. That's what you get with pushing down all the towers.
Yeah.
As well as just being able to farm all over the map.
Yeah, PR, that's exactly what they can't really do. They're starting to get choked in their own base more often than not, and yeah. It shows. J4 here just struggling to finish up his Aghanim Scepter. He has it now.
Oh, they're gonna try and do something now.
Smoke up. They can illuminate on the way. But there's no one here. There's only the Keeper of the Light who will probably walk away. Yeah, and teleport away, in fact. Next one would be Nisha in mid, who is not going to be there all alone for too long. But that smoke gang is going to be failure, so bad luck.
Yeah, and Rosh isn't even up yet. They did time it correctly. If they were lucky, it would have respawned just now, but not so luck.
Of course, another blink dagger. Thank you, Eliza. God damn it.
At least he didn't purchase a BOTs.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
And I think there's 1 or 2 people now on their side. Yeah, they only missed the one on Exotic Deer. And like I said, there are only 2 people that still need to BOTs. Oh, what? Cheshire Cat is just standing here. Okay, he's gonna TP out. You see this? Oh no! He gets found. He gets killed. Exotic Deer.
Tried to pose as a ward. Didn't look like one, so they catch him out just in time. Now the relocate comes out into the ancient side here. The tank call down here. Exotic Deer gets grazed by the first shot. Jackal eats an avalanche to the face, and Gorak actually in the back here, looking for kind of engagement, but maybe they go on Sasu here. He's kind of oblivious to the fact that he's being surrounded. Maybe just wants to kill Nichara himself with the Necro Creeps. He has a good chance of doing them so. And yeah, not quite that just yet, but pretty damn close. But the wards are down. Sasu will definitely fall here. And
Dirty Ra, he just heals himself over to core. He doesn't care.
But hey, hashtag space created. Supreme and Eliza down here in the bottom lane. Pushing the creep wave up to the tower. Jackal coming in here just in time to mop up the creep wave and chase them off. And this is a hard game for PR. And yeah, another Boots of Travel, this time for the Zeus, and the completed Daedalus for the Tiny.
Okay, I'm not completely sure if I actually like this on the duo. Like, why would you go for BOTs when you're confined to your own base? That's, wouldn't you opt to maybe go for something else? Try to get a Bloodstone or Refresher?
Yeah, Refresher would be nice, but I think his reasoning is that, I mean, you kind of have to try and break out of base at some point, right? So if you have some vision, maybe even with your own ultimate, just scout out where everyone is, and then you can push out one of the lanes and then still teleport back in time at no extra cost. So maybe that's his reasoning there.
Well, at least they did spot out the Roshan here, but yeah, alternate, they know that they know, so they just leave it.
Yeah.
And just start with pushing in again as Lysa. Oh, he's just hiding here in the forest.
Yeah.
Nisha, he's found. Oh, he gets hexed up. He's gonna get shackled as well, and he's gonna get blown up here. As Jekyll, pops his BKB. Sasu comes in as well. Everybody just starts to come here from alternate, and they're trying to clean up. As Jekyll is still going strong right now with his BKB on. It's off now. Is alternate able to maybe turn around on this, or are they just gonna leave Supreme to die? It's gonna be the last one.
It's buyback from Wisp though. He's teleporting into Tiny here. It looks like they still want to fight. No, they want to fight towers. Relocate up to top lane. Glove Force that. Are there any more teleports here? There's a buyback at least on Gorak. Jackal is there to try and fight Jessica with no tombstone. There's Jackal also getting Nisha. It might be a dieback. Not with the stun coming out for the covering fire and the relocate back. And these cheeky plays from Alternate.
Oh, J4.
And now back to Roshan pit here. J4 channels up the ultimate, but lost the vision. And now Automata, even Sasu joins the party. Has not the 7 axes, but reinforcements from PR. They go straight into the Illuminate as well as the what's called the Chakram. And now Roshan is down, enough covering fire, enough space created for that. And now Exotic Diaz ran to fight. Whoa!
Oh, 1,000 damage
single crit to bring it down. The call out comes, but they don't care right now. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about the tombstone either. That's a double kill for Exotic Deer as Gorak gets picked up by Beastmaster up top, and PR just called it right now. Good game, well played.
Yeah, this is
They
over.
don't want to play against us anymore.
As the
wow.
a celebratory relocate comes out here.
That was very well played by Alternate, just gotta say it as it is.
Yeah, being the underdogs here, but not giving in at all. They say we want to stay here.
Yeah, I mean, PowerRangers, they are a very strong team, but sometimes they have their off days. This might be one of those, but maybe they just...
It's just a bit of an
stretch
out
didn't work out.